Inhale. Exhale. Hangune name, yungangune name, satgune name, sinigune re name, hangune name, yungangune name, satgune name, sinigune re name, hangune name, yungangune name, satgune name, sinigune re name, hangune name, yungangune name, satgune name, sinigune re name. Exhale. Okay, and relax. Okay, so this is make the 9 bodies white meditation. It's 11 minutes maximum, so. And you will do one arm up, and then tomorrow we switch arms. And my advice is that you make some record, write down the day's date and which arm was up, because don't think you'll remember, you won't. Because the subconscious that you're cleansing is going to come in and mess with you. It's guaranteed. So you need some kind of record, because tomorrow you won't remember what arm was up. Well, we'll do it on Rama TV, so you can, but still make a record if you miss a day. Now also, when my particular strategy of doing meditations over consecutive days and not missing a day is always to do it early in the day, not do it. So it's midnight, the beginning of the day, midnight end. So it's better not to try to do this at 11:45 each evening, because then it's easy to miss that day. So I always did it first order of business in the morning. So, and again, we're trying to get a frequency because the numerology of the 5-year and what we need to do to kind of create the structures to accomplish what we've come to accomplish is you want to set this kind of frequency here in the beginning. So the mudra, who can do it? I can't do it because I'm put your, so the camera can see. Look at this, everyone does it perfectly. This is not, put yeah, so they can see. Yeah, there are people watching on the TV. Yeah, you split the things like that. Now, we've been doing this business quite a bit, right? We've been moving the Jupiter and the Saturn, and now we're taking the Jupiter and Saturn and putting them together, and then the Sun and the Mercury is together. And see, we're again, you're creating a certain geometric form that allows the infinite, we did mantra mudra, it allows the energy to come in at a certain frequency. It's just like an antenna. So these are very sophisticated meditations, very sophisticated kind of energetic technology that, again, the common person doesn't know about these things, and therefore they're more easily manipulated by the kind of lower frequencies of the matrix, which is why we create teachers and teachers for the next generation who understand this science both informationally and experientially. So this is what part the Rama mission is so that, and also it sends a healing, purifying vibration throughout all my bodies. So everyone needs to have done this at some point in their life in order to make sure that they have that high frequency purity. So you have to have people who know about it, and you have people who teach it. So this is where Rama Institute's about, creating those type of people. Okay, so today we're going to put the right arm is going to go up, and the split, don't look at my fingers, and then this goes out here. And I'm breathing long and deep. I close my eyes. It's very healing. It's very purifying. The better I lift my chest, pull in the chin, lengthen the back of the neck, that's my neck lock. And I just find that spot in the posture. And I can find a frequency where I get kind of pulled up by the posture. and you can kind of feel the heavenly support. So you create a pattern of elevation. Now, if you need the mantra for this is mentally, silently, HUD, HUD, we were practicing yesterday. This is also going to bring healing powers. Body will start healing itself. Entire cellular system will start healing. You're controlling the central nervous system. Use the breath. Now the body, all kinds of dis-ease and poisons are leaving the system breath by breath. So it's very self-purifying. Organ by organ, weaknesses will start, disease start to disappear. When the pain starts to come, just lengthen the breath and improve the neck lock. Mentally use that mantra, HUD, 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 HUD. Lengthen the breath. Again, stay focused on the neck lock, because that's going to get you to the spot where there's less pain or no pain. Inhale. Now stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Now stretch every muscle, organ. You're equalizing what you have. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Stretch tight. And exhale, relax. Okay. And the breath, so that's 11 minutes maximum. On the 11th minute, you inhale, hold for 10 seconds. Then the second inhale, you hold for 12 seconds. Third inhale, 9 seconds. So if you're working, I'm just counting, I start the stopwatch at 0 and count up. So I inhale at 11, exhale out at 11:10, inhale 11:12, exhale out at 11:24, inhale 11:26, exhale 11:35. So that's the timing. And here's the explanation. You have 30 trillion cells. They change every 72 hours. They feed every organ and combination of glandular system and blood and cells. And the proportion of that kind of relationship, that's what you are. That's your activity. That's your strength. And that strength then, of course, determines your gain or your loss. Look at the destiny. Become the healing, blessing, elevating force. The healing, blessing, elevating force. Healing, blessing, elevating force. Project. Thank you very much.
Rama, Okay, Satnam. So there was some interest in, when asked what my aesthetic is, I often will say 80s cupcake. And if ever there's actually someone who approached me, some like a fashion blogger who wants to do a retrospective on my closet, and. Which could, I think actually would be an interesting piece of press. But, if ever asked, I say I have this 80s cupcake. But my wardrobe is, it's quite impressive in the 80s cupcake kind of way. But Jasmine and I we were very lucky to have Jasmine Rhea back on stage this evening. We were talking, and there was a heavy metal detox smoothie. There was spirulina, there was enthusiasm, and then there was smoothie all over. And when I went to clean it off, the 80s cupcake dress, I remembered why I love 80s cupcake aesthetic. When you wear plastic, all you have to do, it was just like, when you wear natural fibers, it's a shit show. I just literally was just like, there you go. No problem, that's, polyester, into it. I was reminded of the beauty of polyester today. Okay, bring the palms together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. And exhale. Angune name Chugangune name Satgune name Siningunude name. Sat Gune Name Sitting Guru Name. Okay, so when we started doing kind of more of these recitations, it was in the early days of Rama, but we have for several years had this idea to do something called Rama recitations, which we've been doing little bits and pieces of, but we want to do like a whole retreat where basically you're just, you have some yoga in between, but basically for days on end, you're just reciting mantras because, it gets real high and you just go 24 hours a day and it's a vibe. And so we've been wanting to do that because we think it'll be really fun, and we'll certainly do it when when that's possible. And I think 2021 is a good bet, don't you think? 2021, just keeping it positive here. No, I know we'll be able. We're even, going to be able to be together in 2020 and have. I mean, we got that Shasta trip in, which was a bit of a slipstream. I know we'll be able to go to Arkansas, looking good, and we're trying to figure out exactly when the best reschedule of our in-person Camp Grace is. But when we started these recitations. And we also were going to Montana in case you like snow, because I think it's snowing there now. so you've got to like snow because it's September 13th and it's already snowing. But we're doing a small women's retreat up there in November. But so when we started these recitations, we would get up, and it was me and Shubhapreet and Julian, and Guru Jas was doing some of this, and then a couple. But it was really the three of us were really hardcore on this, and a couple of other people, and we would get up and we would recite all of these mantras in the morning, called the Banis, and Japji's one of them, Jap Sahib, and a bunch of other ones. And they're long kind of chunks of mantra. So we just got into this weird habit where we'd all sit on the couch. So we'd get up, and whatever couch we were on, because we were traveling together. So we would just all kind of sit in a row on the couch. And so we started to call it Couch Bunnies. It was it just became this thing. It was on the couch. Forget about being a yogi sitting on the ground. No, it's all about the Couch Bunnies. The more comfortable, the better. And so we started, and then last night, somebody, I think Marta sent me Siddhi Shakti, I almost cracked up while I was tuning in, sent me a photo or a video of, I don't know, were you in an inversion chair? I mean, what were you? I'm talking to Siddhi Shakti because she might be on the live stream. She's going to text me. Siddhi Shakti is she's in her low rider. What is she it wasn't quite laying down, but it was definitely not quite sitting up either. It was real in between. And then there's a big blanket, did you guys see it? It was so awesome. I saw it, and I was like, Couch Bunnies. But these recitations, we did this all-night vigil. And for some of you, I want to hear some of your experiences because, some of you were there all night. So really curious, please, if anything, both your immediate experience, but also anything that comes from the experience, I would love to hear because I had a miracle happen today. And I feel like I'm not the only one. So I would love to hear some of your experience. And then we're going to do 24 hours of Botakatam. And is starting on the full, it's kind of the full moon crests overnight in the Pacific time zone. So we'll start it the day before business school starts, and October 1st is the official full moon, but we'll do it all night, the night of the 29th. Now, Tashi just sent me, this is a Mars retrograde. I want to talk a little bit about Mars retrograde. Oh, Siddhi Shakti texted me. She said, coziness is spiritual. Exactly. It was my favorite thing that's happened all weekend. I have to say, I saw it and I was like, it couldn't be better. That's exactly the vibe. That's the brand. Rama recitations. Like, you know, pull up the coveys and move your mouth a little bit and call it a night. But Tashi sent me all of this Mars retrograde, like every point that's important. And the 29th of September, Mars, so in this retrograde, Mars squares Saturn for the second time on the 29th of September. Okay, so, and then it started on the 24th of August, and then it's returning to that same point on the 29th of September, and then she gave some of those dates in our talk today. Then we get the 9th of October, which is actually Guru Ram Das's birthday, and it goes direct right after the election. It's gonna be, this is just, you know, political astrologers. I mean, 2020 is just kind of like a political astrology-gasm. And just an astrology-gasm, because we've been talking about this year for literally since I learned astrology, which was, you know, kind of 1997. They've been talking about 2020. So, I mean, it's really, it's hard because we're living through it, but it's not that hard if you're looking out the window in San Francisco. I mean, these are prophetic times. And there's so many levels, as Hadi Jivan was talking about in his incredible workshop. Oh my God, mind is blown here. Everybody, we were all wanting to give him some hallelujahs. It was a little bit of what are those tent born again Christian like tent. It was a bit of a revival vibe, because I was like, yes, I feel the Spirit. I was at home, like having the Holy Spirit was visiting me. I was feeling it. But we're talking about these different levels, and we've been talking for a lot about these different kind of time streams happening. But all cosmology, and this is why we always bring cosmology into really everything we do, it's a language of the future, and it's a language of also using time and space intelligently and in a way that's going to give you the most energy and give you some version of meaning or reality, or allow you to enter some version of meaning or reality that is meaningful to you. And if it's meaningful to you, you start to get into, and I talked a little bit about this in the accelerator, the deeper that kind of river of meaningfulness and nobility, and we spoke of this also in this last Immense Grace weekend, we had the dignity, our nobility. The deeper that goes in our fulfillment, our soul's journey, our mission, our destiny, the deeper we etch our kind of gifts and our creative impact into the psychomagnetic energy of the earth herself. And that becomes a earth legacy. Some people have sky legacies, some people have other legacies in many different dimensions, like the Ascended Masters. Tashi was talking about the Devas, the Devic realms and the Ascended Masters, and she said something that really blew my mind. It blew my mind so much I can't even recollect it. But it was something about the Devic realms and how those realms work today. There was some good, we always have a good flow that comes out between us. But those realms have those kinds of legacy frequencies in multiple dimensions. So if you're really playing the highest destiny game, the spiritual destiny, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for not just an earth kind of destiny and an impact, but impact in multiple dimensions, and that's where you're starting to play a bigger game. So that's part of this kind of recitation science that I wanted to work with a little bit, and the beam power of that one rule of the Aquarian age, or commandment, as it were. Jop. Repeat what it is that gives you power. Repeat what it is that brings you joy. Repeat what it is that puts your mind at its highest, most creative frequency. Repeat what it is that gives you inspiration. Repeat those things rather than repeat the traumas, repeat the familial patterns, repeat the pain, repeat the, all that kind of stuff. So that's the Aquarian age commandment. We had 10, Moses gave 10 in the age of Pisces. And, there's a lot of rules. You forget about that now. All you need to do is repeat the highest frequency choice, the highest frequency thought, the highest frequency habit, and continue to repeat. And that's what the recitation science gives you the power to do. So that's why we're kind of going into the lived experience of that this weekend. Now, I want to talk a little bit about, and Hadij even talked about this this afternoon, but just a reminder. So we're doing this Asanka Nav, which is the 19th Podi of Japji. But he described it, which is, I think, quite inspiring, that you have some, written Akashic records, and everything you've said or done that has been meaningful in one way or another, negative or positive, is written on those records. Now, we have the technology, and Asanka Na, that 19th Podi of Japji, which we did the 11 times 11 recitations, and we're doing them in the morning, that it has the power to rewrite that Akashic record, so that if there's anything in there that is kind of a lesser frequency, or you created some karma in other lifetimes, which is easy to do. I mean, this is not because you're a bad person. It's easy to do. The whole idea of being a bodhisattva is that you're attempting to not create more karma for yourself throughout your lifetime, which is not easy. This is why it's a spiritual pursuit. It takes a lot of effort not to do that. So you can just assume there's a buildup of karmas and some skaras and all the family patterns, and just a mishmash, and then also the accomplishments. So the Sankanav, this is why we've been working on this recitation. It goes into there and it rewrites that destiny pattern, and it gives it the more meaning, a higher frequency. It's like we were talking about, being in our 20s, or some of you are in your 20s, but chronology gives you an ability to, okay, if I knew what I knew now back then, I would make different choices. Well, basically this technology allows you to do that, but through lifetimes, not just a decade. It allows you to hack in through lifetimes to rewrite some of the mistakes or some of the things that may require a lot of time and energy, trying to kind of burn off the karma of these things. Again, not because you're a bad person or you might have done some bad things, that's the thing. But it's post-moralistic at this point. It's really just about, forget about that. Now we need the technology to amplify, because we have some problems on this planet. And there's many different narratives, and more than ever, the multiplicity of narratives is becoming, as I've said for years, the skill set to be able to hold multiple narratives and, kind of see I don't want to use this metaphor because it's not the greatest one right now, but see the forest for the trees. But, you have to be able to kind of maneuver through the very complex narrative and agenda, all of these things that we've been talking about for on and on and on. And that skill set, that multiple perspective skill set, this is becoming just like I talked about with Steve Jobs this morning. You know, nobody needed a personal computer. Nobody cared about having a personal computer. Nobody knew that they needed a personal computer. But now, if you don't have a personal computer, you're a handicapped person. And how long has it been? Not very long. So that's where we're dealing the same, I just want to put it on record on the 13th of September, 2020. This is exactly what the technologies that we're practicing, how it is going to be with these technologies not too far in the future. You need a skill set to be able to kind of hack some of these complications and the infodementias and the all the things that we're carrying and that we have to carry, and all of the ways that we are carrying those things, which is actually a very Mars proposition. So we have to have a skill set to be able to kind of carry the human incarnation and move the human incarnation in a way that is going to be of benefit for all sentient beings. That's the game. That's the Bodhisattva game. That's the Bodhisattva vow. So then we get these kind of Mars retrograde moment, which I want to work with this energy, and I want to talk about the beam impact and this Mars retrograde and how to position yourself. So we have the Mars square Saturn on the 29th, and we'll be doing the Botacutums. We'll do 24 hours. So just see if you can, some of us, obviously, we're householders. We have children. We have things to do. We have to whatever. So you can come in and out. It's not necessary to be there for 24 hours, but if you have the capacity, plan your deal so you can. It'll go from 4 a.m. on the 29th of September to, we're going to go to 6 a.m. on the 1st of October, but I'll teach my yoga class at 9 a.m., so that'll be kind of the break, and then we'll keep on going. So clear your schedule, because I want the real-time experience of what happens when we use these kind of significant cosmological occurrences in a way that's really intelligent. And so what I've found is that because of my Jagat means universal cosmological understanding, or the universe herself. That's so I was given that name by Yogi Bhajan. We were saying, it's like, don't look at me. It's not like I woke up one morning and decided, it's like, so, people think that too. And I'm just like, what an asshole you must think I am. Because what I'm going to call myself. But the Jagat, which you say, when do we say it? We say it in the third to the last line of Japji, or maybe the fourth to the last line in the slok. That Jagat, you find it there, you find it in some other of the mantras, but famously right there. And basically, it's referring to the kind of all of those puris that take you through this kind of cosmological science of how to be human in a very complex universe. That's what Japji is. It's the codes of how to be the most exalted human in a very complex universe. So then you get to that last part of it, and Jagat it's literally kind of the sound current of cosmological language and the power of using the universe and positioning yourself that the universe is always, in the most exalted way, conspiring for your greatest good. Which is hard to, especially, this is the thing with the conspiracy kind of minded people, or conspiracy, you can't even call them conspiracy theorists, because now in America, 60% of America believes in some alternate narrative. I'm so proud. That's what's happening. So you can't even call it that. But the way that you lose energy on these multiple perspectives is that you go into the space where you're so paranoid you don't see that however this thing is playing out and in the different timelines and your contribution to that, it's all conspiring for your greatest good. And that's if you hold that beam. So that's the beam I want you to really hold. then the phenomenon can be happening and things can be very challenging, as they are for many people. And some people are experiencing the ninth wave, which is, I talked to someone, I can't remember if I was interviewing someone or whatever, but they were saying that they are experiencing just like this big, like waves of bliss and love. And if they look around at their life, that like their life is not like the life doesn't, whatever's happening in their life is not explaining that, or is not kind of a horizontal linear explanation for like the deep bliss and love that they're experiencing. That's kind of the real-time stuff that I want us to be paying attention to, because you can catch that wave. And with this Mars energy and this Mars retrograde, you can really change the way that you are relating to how you do the things that you do, and how you move energy and move prosperity and move just how you move through time and space, or how you allow time and space to move through you. So when we'll go into this kind of a long, it's a long set of meditations that basically is going to completely reconstruct your auric beam pattern, so we started on yesterday in the morning kind of deconstructing some of the malware and some of the viruses, and cleaning up the hard drives of this Arcline and of our beam and our kind of consciousness beam. And then last night we started to amplify it. And so today what I want to do is now completely reconstruct it. So it's like this: if I knew what I knew now, then how would I behave? This is the whole theme of this year, which is the femme future self of immense grace. How would I create the beam of my consciousness into the future, and then that future self beaming back to me? See, that's part of what Tashi said. She said, you're beaming on the devas, and you look into the devic realms, they're all looking at you. And I have to say, I've had that experience in meditation. You're like minding your own business, chanting your little Om Namos, and then all of a sudden, they're all just like, because they're very interested. If we can get through this on this planet, there's a lot riding on every decision we make, and I want you to get that. You didn't incarnate right now to just kind of blow it. Let me just say, you didn't incarnate to blow it. You incarnated to really kind of take this pass. Take this baton down this ball down the field, as it were. So when you're kind of relating with this beam of what you want to create in the future, this beam of who you want to be in the future, this beam of a future relationship, or this beam of a future, building of your business, all these pragmatic things, or your children growing up a certain way, or whatever the things that are important to you right now, the earth being in a better place, the politics being different and more compassionate, and just all of the things that matter to us right now, and make a difference and are part of kind of our householder life, in addition to the bigger kind of picture. When you're beaming into that space, that future self is beaming back to you. And so I want you to be alert to the indications of that. And what are the indications? Miracles. What are the indications? Well, some sort of feedback loop where you're getting the future is catching up to you faster than you expected, or you're growing into it faster than you expected. And the way that we know that's happening is we get the phone calls, we get the miracles, we get the door opens when it has been closed, we get the opportunities, we get the, we're in the joy, we're in the ecstasy, even though maybe challenging things are happening in our lives. That's an indication communication, this miraculous energy is feedbacking through time and space to you. You into the future back into you. So this is the whole theme of this year. And the Sankhanav allows you to hack into the 19th, use the 19th Podi to hack into this kind of destiny and arc frequency space, this arc body, which I talked a lot about during the Business Accelerator in some different ways, and we're going to work with it this afternoon, to hack in here to the iCloud and basically completely restructure, reorganize, and create a more kind of powerful feedback loop. And Hadi Jivan was, he was throwing some stuff down this afternoon, but part of what he was saying is that you want to construct, and that we have the power to do this. We're so lucky. You want to construct this beam, this arc beam, this beam of energy, your beam faculty is one of the terms for it. You want to construct it now that you're totally attuned to the miraculous. You're totally attuned to the right people, the right time, the support that you need. No miracle is too much. The Davic realms, the ascended masters, the angels, the ancestors, the whole universe conspiring for your greatest good. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. That's the kind of construction that I'd like to really invite you to do this afternoon. So wherever the nags are, the complaints, the this and that's, this is where we can use this Mars retrograde and all the kind of intense action cosmologically that's happening to choose to move ourselves in time and space in a very different way. So I'll say one more thing and we'll get started, which is that classically, Mars in Aries, and some of us have it, so we know, it's a certain kind of energy, and the energy is very hard. It's very young. It's very, get shit done. Take names and ask forgiveness later. I'm really mishmashing a lot of things. Like none of those were. That was all a half of a meta. I have no idea what I just said. Take names and ask for forgiveness later. You know what I mean. But there's kind of the yang quality. So when it retrogrades, the energy that is possible for us on this Venus gate and with this big love frequency and true kind of, I called it the esoteric leader, because Leo is in its true essence, it's the leader, and it's at 13 degrees, and 13 degrees is kind of this very, very esoteric number. So 13 degrees Leo is about finding your unique and kind of the most unique aspects of you, and the most kind of what makes you, which we don't know. That's what the whole spiritual path is about, and the human incarnation, we have no idea who that is. We know the soul has been riding incarnation to incarnation, but the personality is an odd kind of formation of habits and reactions and traumas and different preferences, and in its most exalted state, the personality is a real tool. And so in some spiritual lineages, we're trying to get rid of our personality, which I always found when I was, a young person in spiritual community. I was like, well, this is boring. Like, why do we all, we're all trying to become like more, kind of with less personality. There was this idea that somehow the neutral mind is a space that doesn't have kind of all of the wonderful uniqueness of the personality. And the personality is it's a conglomeration of things, but at its most exalted place, it's a real tool, which is also the Leo frequency. It's like using my personality, my odd little, things that I've particularly, through this kind of incarnation have picked up, and maybe even other incarnations, using them in the most exalted form instead of trying to get rid of them. Because especially if you're, you know, if you're over a certain age, this stuff you want to make art out of it rather than being afraid of it or trying to, you know, mute it in some way. It's about making art out of it. So I just want to read you one thing that I think is quite powerful, which is basically you have this opportunity as a woman, as a human. You have this opportunity to either be in constant reaction to everything that happens, which is what most people are doing. They're in reaction, and so in the kind of the course of a lifetime, they're in reaction to their own beauty. They're in reaction to their own talent. They're in reaction to their success. So then they get successful, and then the basic personality and kind of pattern is to react to the success. And you see this all the time. You know, people, it's an inversion of energy. So I see it a lot with people who have some sort of physical beauty. Because, you know, it's a lot of attention, the reaction becomes the more predominant energy, or success. The reaction to the success, which could look like greed, which could look like, you know, kind of the negative aspects of ambition, or it could look like constantly self-sabotaging. You know, we all have different versions of this, but there is in some way just not a pure beam of success, not a pure beam of beauty and enjoyment, not a pure beam of what Tashi was calling the, what would she call it? Intentional narcissism, or positive ego is what I call it. It's not a pure beam. It's kind of inside the Arcline pattern is a reaction to the pure energy. So this is going back to why, you know, the women would go into this exalted kind of form of the Adi Shakti, and that's how the frequency of femme consciousness was worshipped on the planet for thousands of years. This Adi Shakti does not belong to a religion. It is not. That is not true, and it's been here for thousands of years. It belongs to no one. But we can take the frequency and start to embody it. So this is where this kind of Adi Shakti beam projection is. Well, so many of us, because of our greatness, and this is so Leo, because of our greatness, because of our power, because of our uniqueness, because of all the things we have to offer, we've muted, we've reacted, we've inverted, we've self-sabotaged, and all this kind of stuff. This is why we do the addiction meditation. But that reaction creates a handicap or a dimming of the beam potential. And I just want to tell you that your beam impact or your beam faculty is so intense that you can beam yourself anywhere through time and space and basically do anything. And you may not believe me right this moment, or you kind of believe me, but once you get this thing dusted off and fully broadcasting, you can do anything. And you can be anywhere, and you can move mountains, basically. That's not just poetry from Jesus the Christ. The love frequency is so powerful, it can move mountains. So this is what is needed on the planet right now, because we need humans that not only cognitively understand it, but have the faculty to utilize it. And one of the things that handicaps it and dims it and perpetrates and you know, kind of we'll call it creates a filter on it, you know, whatever, a kind of dust, that kind of thing. It happens in different ways, but so I'm just describing some of the ways, is that we are in a reaction, even so slight, to our own greatness, to our own intelligence, to our own beauty, to our own success, to our own mission. And that reaction is what creates the hard way, which is kind of the negative aspect of Mars and Aries. But with this Mars retrograde today, and the Venus portal opening this evening, and the kind of going deeper into the equinox next week, the new moon, just a lot of cosmological happenings. there's a potential for you to actually kind of move in a much more agile, and when I use the word soft, I'm not using it in terms of weak. I'm using it in terms of the more kind of agile and the less reactive you are to your own greatness, the bigger the beam becomes, the less infiltrated it is with the society, the culture, your own insecurities, and all of the things. Okay, so we're going to work with this today. It's a big concept. I could talk about it for another hour, which I'm sure you guys would all be thrilled about, glued to the TV. But I was telling Britam Shanti, I was like, I watched you dance. And she, because I was here now, she's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So wait, you watched me dance? Like, she gave me the 3rd degree. She's like, and where were you? And I was like, I watched you on the TV. I was at my house. She was like, I was like, she was really, and I was like, yeah. She was like, okay, so why are you here now? She like, she gave me the 3rd degree. It was awesome. So we'll flesh out more, and I have a little homework for you on this. We'll flesh out more of this kind of where your own reaction to your greatness is dimming the beam and is hardening you in ways that is unnecessary and is basically keeping. So if the beam was this big and it hardens or calcifies, then it gets smaller. That's, just like the calcification of the pineal gland, the calcification of anything. It becomes more, less able to secrete, less juicy, less radiant, less open. Okay, so this is what we're going to go. This is what we're going to work on. And the thing about this reaction is it's an epigenetic habit basically in the genome of woman on this planet. So we have to go into a genetic reprogramming. So that's what we're going to do this evening, okay? We ready? Let's, of course, start with some cat-cow. Harder course is when you become equal with the equal. So you meet the energy at the frequency that it was created. And this is part of the issue with the talk therapy, unless you have a really good therapist, which we do have in our community. But you can't move the energy if you kind of become equal with the equal. It's like what you hate, you become. It's like that. The softer course is when you become possessively self-contained. We could also call that the positive ego. Possessively self-contained and graceful in behavior, and you direct the energy by a subtle body behavior rather than kind of stooping to the same frequency. This is very important. Take an inhale. And an exhale, pull the navel to the spine arch. Inhale. And exhale, press back, palms together, and just kind of focusing for a moment on where you want to become more possessively self-contained and graceful and direct the energy of the subtle body behavior. So if someone's yelling at you, you don't just start yelling back at them. That doesn't settle the issue. Instead, you go to a higher frequency. You bring them a glass of water. You have the power to beam out energy in any way and send a message in any form. And as a woman, you can totally fix the way anything is going, anything you want to fix, provided you have the technology to do it. This is the beam faculty. Now inhale and exhale and come all the way up and sit on your heels if you want to, or you can come back to easy pose. Fingers into the pads of the palms, stretch up, and let's just do a little breath of fire. Let us work together to achieve a planet where the frequency is higher and higher. You and all those who you can influence and know, who want to survive on this planet Earth and the environments and circumstances in which humanity is going to go through, must try to become the ambassadors of nobility. That shall be the saving grace for humanity. If every woman becomes an ambassador of nobility, if that happens, we can still save humanity. Inhale. Stretch. Beam out the fingertips. Squeeze the mulabandha. Stretch. And exhale. Okay, excellent. Okay, coming to easy pose. Okay, so let us see what we have to do and how you feel about it. Ha ha ha. Ominous, right? Okay, so we will do some little exercises now. Okay, so we're going to have the left hand at the center of the chest. This is the heart, and the thumb is up, and the fingers are together. And then we're going to have the right arm this is a very specific vibe here. Okay, so you're gonna take the right arm to 60 degrees. So start here. This is 90. This is parallel. We got this kind of bifurcation at 60 degrees. Okay, this is happening. Then we're gonna go forward 60 degrees. And then we're gonna rotate the hand in backward circles from this degree, please. And then you have wide fingers on the right hand. And your eyes are open to begin with. Nothing else. I mean to say I fully appreciate you're very educated, highly appreciate people and appreciative people, and you must have studied with great teachers and masters in universities. But just seeing how many seconds you become stupid. Just watch this. Just like this. Open fingers, no cheating. And you're gonna go a little faster. It's a crazy movement. If you are a psychiatrist and you go to a mental hospital, you find that crazy people do this all the time to calm themselves. They know how to calm themselves, not you. But just see, because you think you're normal, see how crazy you become in a couple minutes. It is nothing but, it is asking your fire part in your body, the fire tattva, to come into balance. And we're doing this because if our fire tattva is in balance, which is very Mars retrograde, that Mars energy, the fire tattva, Mars and Aries, if that can come into balance, then the psychomagnetic field of our external environments will also come into balance. So that's the plan here. All you do is keep the 5 fingers open at the wrist and go crazy and move. Keep on moving. Now close your eyes, and now you're going to see how really upset you get. It's another thing to go berserk. Move a little faster, please. Your anger will start coming out now. That's important. And as much anger as you can dispense now, please get rid of it from your body. Go fast and dispense anger. You will feel later on very peaceful and tranquil. Sometime you too can use this technique when you do not have Tylenol and you have a headache, or you just want to be normal. But move fast so that you can experience whether it works or not. It's your experience. It has worked for 5,000 years, so I know it works, but will it work now for you? It is the first time, so you have to have an experience. This is your first honeymoon with this exercise, so do it really good. I mean, it's like you're doing it with your lover the first time. Just feel that. That's the feeling. You got to impress them, you know. Mentally put all the anger, you're going to start to encounter the anger, which is going to come out, and it's not something you can avoid, so don't try to avoid it. And don't cheat, because on the honeymoon, nobody cheats. So move fast. You can cheat later, but not right now. Close your eyes, move faster and faster. Move the wrists full. You know how to move the wrists full. After a while, we're working with this insecurity in you. We want to get rid of this inner anger, which causes all of the problems, the inner insecurity, which creates all the reactions to your greatness. After a while, you'll start breathing differently, because then your air will start reacting, and that's what we want. So use the breath, use the physical energy to react to our air, and if our air starts balancing out, our health starts becoming smart. And there will be a lot of pain. That means the nervous system is not together, and you're helping it to consolidate. And a lot of us are having nervous system kind of, trauma, weakness from everything we've been through. And pain in the end will start either, it's going to stop you or it will go away. So just stay with it. It means that you're balancing your nervous system. Move 10 times every second. Keep the spine straight, the eyes closed, and keep your fingers open. We only have a couple minutes more. Couple more minutes. We need to really see you strong. This is the best exercise. Now, I want you to do faster and angrier. Get your anger out now. Now, get it out. It's okay, just get it out though, please. We're under a minute here. Now, get it out. Okay, now listen, those of you who have not done it are more dangerous to yourself than those who have done it. You think those who yell and scream are crazy. That's not true. This is the time. If you do scream therapy for 1 month and now get your anger out just for this couple of minutes, it's an equal. Now, this is your last chance. Get it all out, move it out. Twenty seconds. And relax. All right. Good. Okay, and put the hands just down. Relax for a moment. Okay, and now you're going to move the lips like this. Fast, go faster. I want to hear the sound. Any sound you can make. Just make a sound with the lips. You don't want to work on this inner anger and inner failure, and it will show up in your life and it will make you miserable. You just don't need that. Come on, your lips, move them. I want to hear this sound loud and clear. It's affecting your vagus nerve, and it will totally make you very beautiful in the end. Keep moving. It's called the anger in the jaw. You're getting rid of it now, which is responsible for many, many diseases. Go faster. Well, who are you kidding? You are cheating on yourself. Move your lips stronger and stronger. You have 40 seconds. The jaws will hurt. Just relax, just relax. Good. All right. Because of these basic insecurities, we have the this baseline reactivity. But then we have in the culture this whole thing where everyone's reacting to whether you react or not. That's cancel culture, right? That's what's happening with cancel culture, is a reaction to your reaction or your lack of reaction or the reaction they wanted you to have, or, you know, that's cancel culture. So you're dealing with just a massive kind of reactivity chain, and nothing gets solved with that. And so this is part of what we have to change so that our politics can change. Okay, these are the fingertips, and the fingertips come on top of the shoulders. And now we're gonna dance the shoulders and the ribs and the body in your personal way. You're gonna just dance. Dance the shoulders, the bodies, the rib cage, the fingertips are just touching. Upper body needs to move. This is gonna help you not just react so that others won't react to your reaction, so that you can keep reacting. You'll enjoy it. Rib cage, this rib cage and shoulders, please dance it. Move it, shake it, bounce it. As you please, but you gotta dance the rib cage and open up the vayu, the air element. So we're balancing the fire and the air now. When they balance in you, the external environment can change. Last little moment. Good. You feel nice. Good. I mean, I have to say Pratam Shanti kind of showed you all up, but it was okay. You did good. Okay, so you're like this. The hands left under, right over. Thumbs point towards the face at the center of the chest. This is the heart center. And put the spine straight and close the eyes, please. Absolute. Try to resurrect from your personality, rise and rise endlessly. Just try it. Just go higher and higher and higher with each sound. Like an inch, let your spirit go taller and taller and taller.
Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev. Gurudev Namo. Om Namo 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 Gurudev Namo.
Keep on meditating without the sound. Now go deep inside of resurrection. Go right within you. Bring all the energy of the universe in you. Feel that you are the total light. Make yourself, instead of being opaque, totally crystal. Heal yourself. Do the self-hypnosis. You are the light, you are the crystal, and you are the healing. Everything is healing. Your physical, your mental, your spiritual. Concentrate and heal. Deeper and deeper, clear and clear, bright and bright. Heal yourself. Breathe consciously, long and deep. Long and deep. Please concentrate and heal. Heal yourself now. Which will be sending you a lot of energy. Concentrate through self-hypnosis. Heal yourself. Inhale deep. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale deep. Exhale. And please shake your hands. Please shake, shake, shake the whole thing. Shake your whole body. Get rid of all of the tension. You got to shake really hard, everybody. Shake, 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 shake. Now is the time to shake. Then we will ask you to meditate, we want you to not stay still. So shake, 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 shake. Cool, now relax. Okay. All right, you need to talk to each other for a minute. So go to the bathroom, talk to each other, grab, whatever you're up to at home, who knows. Grab your baby, grab a snack, grab a dog, grab a, whatever you're up to. Talk to each other, you gotta talk. I did, but we better. Okay, we ready? Let's get gathered back in our scenes here. Okay, we're gonna do, we have one other little piece here, and then we are gonna have another little section of talking that's required, and then one last little section. Okay, so just kind of stay with me here. All right, so this is the left hand, palm down at the center of the chest. Thumb is up, pointing at the face. Okay, and then this right hand, we want the tips of the fingers, they vertically go along the center line of the forehead, and the tip of the pinky is right at the third eye point, and then the thumb extends up, and you kind of just anchor it there and sit up tall. Now we're going to work right now on our Akashic faculty. Close your eyes. Or you can look at the tip of the nose. So you either kind of open eyes looking at the tip of the nose or close your eyes. It's your choice. We are working now with the Akashic faculty of our chakras. I don't expect you to do anything except be accurate. These are very hypnotic tapes. The sound is very hypnotic and healing. Just constantly in yourself, listen. Energy shall be released automatically. You don't have to worry about it.
Happiness, happiness, almighty. Grace, grace, nobility. Happiness, nobility, and infinity. All is ours. Prosperity, happiness, happiness almighty. Grace, grace, nobility. Happiness, nobility, and infinity. All is ours, prosperity. Happiness, happiness almighty. Grace, grace, nobility. Happiness, nobility, and infinity. All is ours. Prosperity, happiness, happiness almighty. Grace, grace, nobility. Happiness, nobility, and infinity. All is ours, prosperity.
Let the energy flow. Keep the contact.
Happiness, happiness almighty. Grace, grace, nobility. Happiness, nobility, and infinity. All is ours. Prosperity, happiness, happiness almighty. Grace, grace, nobility. Happiness, nobility, and infinity. All is ours, prosperity.
Inhale deep. Hold the breath. With a force exhale. Inhale. Hold it. Circulate the pranic energy of the breath of life. Cannon, force it out. Inhale again. Deep, a little more. Hold it tight. And let it go. And relax. Now, you have to talk to yourself or each other. Anybody, you can call somebody on the phone, check in with your mom or your dad or, you know, somebody you've been meaning to call, but you got to talk on the phone. We got a couple minutes here. Right? You have to talk, not just talk on the phone, but if you're home alone, you got to talk on the phone. You guys don't have to talk on the phone. Okay, we ready? Okay, we have the final task of the day. It's 4 minutes and 58 seconds, and it's not bad. Okay, this is the whole, we did all of this for this moment. Okay, so 4 minutes and 58 seconds. This is the big moment. Okay, these are the fingers interlaced. These are the fingers interlaced but slightly raised like that. It's kind of funny, huh? And then not resting. And the thumb is extended back pointing away. So that's kind of the mudra. And then you're going to sway the Arcline, he says. You're swaying the Arcline from the tailbone back and forth. Make your Arcline and then sway it. It's a very great experience. The tailbone is the fulcrum. You will enjoy it. Close your eyes. Put your halo up. Become an angel. You have the right to benefit. Steady. This is your Arcline. Arcline is the protection line for health and happiness. Chant. Just move the spine. You are not supposed to You're not supposed to speak. Okay, so you're just breathing. You're just moving. You're looking very beautiful. You look very, very beautiful. Move your halo. It will make your spirit, mind, and body come together, move together.
Gurudev
Inhale deep, make your body totally tough like steel, contract, squeeze. Let it go. Inhale again deep, and please contract every muscle of your body and make it solid and tense. And let it go. Inhale again. Do it again. And relax. Good, 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 good. And bring the palms together. I told Guru Joss, thank you for making the 80s prom version of Long Time Sunshine. I love you. Bring the palms together. It's dreamy. There's a lot of hormones going on. You know, 80s prom.
And the door light within you, guide your way on, guide your way on.
Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Almighty God, may you bring the peace of mind, bring us the peace on the earth, prosperity to all humankind. Let the unknown take away all the pain. Establish the kingdom of pleasure and happiness, prosperity, tranquility, and grace may prevail. May we love each other for this infinite power we have, and enjoy our stay on the earth with a big smile and a very lit face to represent the eternal happiness. May our strength, our self, be committed and become the source of commitment for others, so that excellence, ecstasy, and self may be experienced. May this day be the start of a peaceful life within and without us. Satnam. Okay, so you have a little homework, and you're high as a kite, so you won't remember it, so we'll make sure you have it, which is that basically, this is what I want you to be thinking about. When a woman achieves or intends to achieve, or when she faces or she intends to face the environmental pressures of circumstances in which her personality as a woman is threatened, if she uses the softer course of her personality, she shall always win. If she uses the harder course of her personality, she may win or she may not win. But in case she wants to win, she can win by using the softer, subtle body power of the beam faculty. There are what we call inborn difficulties or errors in the psyche of the way that the woman is built. One inborn difficulty, and same for all genders, one inborn difficulty in a woman is when she takes a softer course, she has a personality of reaction, because this is the epigenetic and the cultural and the kind of way that we've been conditioned. And then she goes on a counter path of winning to that personality of reaction. So on one side, she's winning because she's taking the sure path, the softer path. But on the other hand, she's counteracting her own action. And this counteraction of her own action comes out of her own reaction. Now, I want you to just suck on that for a while, because this is, it's working in parapsychology. So even the way the syntax is, it's moving the parapsychology. So a successful woman, a great woman, has the faculty to not show any reaction by the face, by the sign, by the physical action, by writing, or by any such means on which she can be questioned. Now, this is easier said than done, but this is part of the kind of exaltation of the femme psyche. Now, that doesn't mean you're not in a reaction. So let's read that again. A successful woman can have the capacity, this is what expands the beam faculty, to not show the reaction. You might have the reaction, but you're not showing it. You're not, saying it. You're not writing it to, maybe in your diary, but that kind of thing. You're not writing it. So you may we're going to have the reactions, although that can shift as well, as we well know. But so your kind of job, and we're going to talk more about this in our next Immense Grace call, which is on the new moon. So it's in a couple of days. So you can just think about this. But your kind of job is, I'm going to have you start to make a bit of a reaction journal. so that you're just kind of notating when you let the reaction get the best of you. And that reaction or complaint or whatever, we could put a lot of different things on it, but the reaction, that is diluting your beam energy. So I just want you to be able to, because you're using that beam energy towards reacting towards something rather than beaming it to be different or beaming it to change. Because as I read earlier, the beam energy, you can literally change anything through your subtle body. We have that power. But every reaction we have is in some way a dilution of the beam energy. So you're going to make a little reaction journal, and it doesn't have to be, anything heavy duty, but just notating where you're acting, where you're reacting in terms of showing it. You can have a little reaction inside, but where are you letting it get the best of you? And then we'll take note of it and use some parapsychology on our call on the 17th, which is the new moon. Use the new moon energy to kind of move some of this reactivity into a more powerful beam faculty. Okay, so that's something to think about. You can start it if you want. If not, we'll talk more about it. It's been an incredible weekend with you. I really feel that we've all done an amazing job, and it was amazing. Your poetry was amazing yesterday, and your prayers, and just being with you and everyone who's watching this, not in real time. We love you, and we're happy to be with you through the quantum field. We're excited because we have some amazing musical inspirations this evening. So get a little 80s prom outfit on, or whatever is your liking, and let's do some dancing and celebrating with each other, and just enjoying this incredible human incarnation. Satnam.